Hello guys, this is Alex Julian here, and you could see what I would have in my kitchen if I may tilt this camera a little bit, my smartphone. You could see here that I have a kitchen island full of soda. And you can see when it comes to these sodas here, and with all the different colors and shapes and sizes of these sodas, you can see immediately why being a soda jerk in a restaurant can be very difficult work. Just if you look at all these sodas. I mean, do you know what that soda is? 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 You could see the variety of sodas here. You can see, like, Canada Dry here, Brisk Iced Tea here, Diet Cherry 7-Up here, Diet Shasta Grape Soda here, and there's Diet Dr. Pepper, there's Coca-Cola, there's Pink Lemonade, there's Schweppes Ginger Ale, there's Starry Lemon Lime Soda, there's A&W Cream Soda. You can see soda all over the place, including some sodas that some foreigners outside of America may not recognize. But these are sodas that I have here from my American land. And let me turn the camera around just to continue the conversation. Very interesting, huh? And let's toast to that with an Canada Dry Zero Sugar. I like to drink different sodas on my videos to show my audience that I have a general disinterest about soda. And these sodas will last me a month or like 2 months, like 3 months, like these sodas will last a long time. I just picked up these sodas at gas stations to have a variety of tastes for my house. Because after all, I like to have more than one flavor from time to time. Now, some people would say that soda jerking is a lost art. And I would tell people this. In some ways you're right. In some ways you're wrong. There are restaurants that do practice soda jerking. Especially like maybe fancy restaurants that serve Italian sodas. Or maybe like Crown Royale or maybe like Surge or something like that. And hey, do you know what's more dry than Canada Dry? Try Seagram's Ginger Ale. That's more dry than Canada Dry. Because, hey, this may say dry, but this doesn't mean driest. There's a lot of different elixirs and carbonations and beverages and those kinds of things that I can name of. One thing that has been lost to some people about soda jerking, as in to create a soda for customers or for yourself, is the idea of mixing drinks together. There are the kind of people who literally think that one is one when it comes to soda. So maybe, for example, they'll say that one Diet Coke is exactly one Diet Coke, and you cannot mix this Diet Coke with, like, let's say, Starry and those kinds of things. And they will think that one bottle of Starry is totally separate than one bottle of Diet Coke. And people never think of mixing sodas together. And yeah, that's an unfortunate side effect of a lot of the restaurant industry going on right now, where a lot of people have forgotten that you can add Red Bull to pink lemonade. You can add ginger ale to a tonic water and those kinds of things. And a lot of that kind of art in soda jerking has unfortunately been lost. And it's not completely lost, but a lot of it has been lost because restaurants often do not give enough information to customers on what they can do with their drinks. So maybe people will forget why a soda fountain is in the lobby. Maybe people forget that they can mix drinks together, that maybe they can mix strawberry Fanta with orange Fanta. And Burger King in the past gave information on that where you could mix strawberry Fanta with orange Fanta. But over the years, restaurants have just simply not given enough information to customers and consumers on just what they could do with their sodas. And so many people who live in their homes do not buy enough drink recipe books to find out what they could do with their drinks, or they never imagine things enough to really experiment. So maybe someone never thinks, for example, of mixing, let's say, Diet Dr. Pepper with half a glass of orange juice, But you can do that. There's nothing really to prevent you from doing that. Just at Taco Bell in Sacramento, when I was going to Sacramento, they would mix half a cup of orange juice with half a cup of Mountain Dew for breakfast. And you could go into Taco Bell and get egg and cheese, burritos, and sausage and bacon and those kinds of things. And is it just me, or does it seem like a lot of people only know one or two sodas in the world and they do not know the other sodas in the world? So maybe there's that kind of parent who thinks that Diet Coke is the only soda that exists. You see, this is part of the economy in America. This is part of the economy in the United States. And I am so fed up with it, I'm creating this video to show you my frustration levels about people's ignorance of soda. Because, how often do you go into a gas station and you get a soda and you ask the clerk what the soda is and the clerk says, "I do not know"? I try to be polite at times with restaurants and gas stations, but sometimes their behaviors can be unbearable to me secretly in my private life when I think about it. I am generally friendly and kind when I go to restaurants, or at least I try to be as most I can. And I'm sure, restaurants and stores try to be friendly and kind when they can, but, a lot of social behavior in the United States is not flowing. There are too many people who are afraid of being social. They are afraid of being social. They may even forget what the word dry means in Canada Dry, or they may forget what pepper means in Dr. Pepper, or what Fanta means in Fanta Orange. And it's like people have a lot of ignorance about social behaviors and social media and those kinds of things. And it seems like in societies that I go to in California, it seems like people spend way too much time hiding their love away or something. And I have to ask you people, why are you doing that? Do you have any confidence of showing who you are when you're near me? Do you really need all of those manners to safeguard yourself and protect yourself and have security for yourself? Wow, that's arrogant. That's vulgar. And I hate to say it. If you're one of those old people who still thinks that reading newspapers is absolutely necessary, I hate to say this to you, but that's a dead letter from the past. In fact, there are more thinkers in schools and universities who are actually telling people not to read newspapers. Because newspapers often retard people's thinking in America. Oh, especially with those funny comics and those kinds of things. And hey, I don't blame Peanuts for being Peanuts or Garfield for being Garfield, but it's like, sometimes people can get into too many comics without awareness of what the author's intention is for the comics, and they end up glossing over newspapers and getting confused, and they get older and older from reading newspapers, and they get cranky and confused, and they hardly know where they are. They do not even know if they are inside a Walmart store. I mean, you know. And oh yeah, and I see a lot of these same old people in McDonald's drinking coffee and talking about nothing because they're coffee jerks and stuff. You know, I know people try to get caffeine in the day and try to really concentrate on, you know, their social behaviors, but, you know, to me it's like, news is something that you should probably go without, especially if it's the kind of news that does not help you. And hey, let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. If the world really is going to end, if the world is really going to end, just let it end. It gets worse when you panic about it and do a lot of random stuff while worrying about it and stuff and making a mess everywhere. Yeah, that makes it worse. You know, if the world really is going to somehow magically blow up in some kind of Superman fashion, just let it. You know, and don't worry about all this, you know, unworthy news and politics and stuff, and just have a drink and have fun, okay? You take care. God bless.